Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time of day it is where you are right now. This is Security Officer Reacts, and today we are reacting to Ryan Rampage. No, you cannot take pictures of me at work. Okay, let's get into the video, shall we?
Yes guys, welcome back to the channel, and big up to L&B Audits. I'll leave a link to it in the description, or I'll put it on screen, of his channel. We've just met him. He's had to shoot off, but we've just met him, and he said he's seen this place before, and the walkout with all hairnets on and stuff like that, which is a hell of a health and safety risk, surely. Boots on, everything, hairnet. That's surely not good. If he's coming outside and then taking something back into the factory, that's surely not okay.
Yeah, I believe that you could have some contamination issues with that, especially obviously wearing hairnet to protect food from, you know, hair contamination and stuff like that. But if you're coming outside, especially with your boots on as well, because again, if it's a clean area inside, you're walking out into the pavement, aren't you? With hairnets. All kinds of things are flying around in the sky. So it sounds like it's a windy day as well. You know, and again, what if a bird shits on your head? You're not going to know. You walk back in, carry on working with food, you end up with bird shit all over your food. Lovely. Tasty.
I think over there there's other buildings as well.
Yeah, we've got King Asia here, which is part of Farm Foods, I'm reckoning.
Yeah.
Because of the Farm Foods truck right there.
And also, we've got somebody's asked for a shout out, so yeah. Shout out to Uncle Leaky.
Big up Uncle Leaky.
He watches the when we're out, and we give him a shout out. So
yeah, there's your shout out, mate. And just here, look, all of them out with the hairnets on.
Buy the bins as well. Yeah, look at all those bins. All got the hairnets on. Doesn't seem very clean, does it?
He come out in safety boots here earlier. I think they're sending somebody out now though.
I don't know, but they're all out with hairnets on, and the uniforms that they probably use inside the factories.
They look like they're coming out here.
Probably are. Look at the big site, guys.
Well, I'm going to get a couple of pictures, so we'll pick it back up.
Yeah. Pick it back up in a sec, guys. So we've got more people walking around with just hairnets on, boots on.
I'm sure that's unhygienic.
I'm sure it is. It's got to be like a health and safety violation somewhere.
Yeah. It's got to be. So if any of you guys know what it is, put it in the comments.
Because you've got a load of rubbish at the back there as well.
Yes, he is actually right. You know, food safety standards like HACCP, hazard analysis and critical control points, do regulate these sort of things. And let me just quickly go over to here. Personal hygiene. Guidance on what you and your staff must do when handling food. Last updated 11th December 2018. To keep food safe, every person working in a food handling area must maintain a high level of personal hygiene. They must wear clothing that is suitable, clean, protective. When preparing or handling food, they should keep hair tied back and wear suitable head covering, example, hat or hairnet. Not wear watches or jewellery except a wedding band. Not touch their face and hair, smoke, spit, sneeze, eat or chew gum. Hand washing. Effective hand washing is extremely important to help prevent harmful bacteria from spreading from people's hands. All staff that work with food must wash their hands when in the kitchen area or preparation area, before preparing food, after touching raw food, after handling food waste or emptying a bin, after cleaning, after blowing their nose, after touching phones, light switches, door handles and cash registers. Staff should dry their hands on a disposable towel. This is because harmful bacteria can spread on wet, damp hands. Use disposable towel to turn off the tap. Obviously in this situation or whatever, it's not really covering so much about like walking outside, but obviously if they're wearing protective boots, saw that guy was wearing protective boots, he's walking outside dragging stuff out. Let me just go back a little bit just to see, where was he? He was this guy here.
Surely.
Right, so he's got his boots on.
Boots on, everything.
Oh, he's got his gloves on. Fair enough. But even though he's got the gloves on, he's obviously gone outside and he's going back inside again. So, yeah, maybe take your gloves off. Because again, I think they have those disposable gloves when handling food. He looked like he was wearing workman's gloves for obviously carrying, you know, boxes and crates and stuff. So maybe he's not actually touching the food directly. He's just moving all the boxes and crates around and might not be directly touching raw food or contaminating it, because like I said, they usually have those like disposable rubber gloves, not the surgical ones, but the yeah, the big loose kind of plastic ones, not necessarily the rubber ones. I think you know what I mean. But yeah, if he's got protective boots on, he's walking outside and he's going to be walking back inside into the area where there is food, and it could be they could have bacteria, germs, all kinds of crap on them. So again, I'm no expert when it comes to food regulations, so please don't quote me on that, but there are stringent rules when it comes to food hygiene that everyone has to abide by. And again, I don't think that it's a good idea walking outside with hair nets. Again, I could be wrong on that one. But yeah, when you're walking outside with hair nets on, you're exposing yourself to all kinds of particles in the air that are blowing past, potential birds crapping on your head, or, you know, things like that. And they will look like they were standing around the bins. Again, if they're going to go straight back in and handling food after putting things in the bins, that's contamination.
Right. Why are you filming our yard?
Yeah, because you're walking around with all hair nets on. We've got some safety concerns.
Yeah.
So,
who are you? Independent journalists. Independent journalists.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm a supervisor.
You're a supervisor. And surely, I'm sure there's some health and safety regulations to you walking around and then going back inside where food is.
Well, I don't go to where food is.
Pardon?
I don't go to where the food is.
You don't go to where the food is,
No,
so how come you're wearing a hairnet?
Okay, if that's true, that's a reasonable point, I suppose. But then, if you don't go where the food is, why are you wearing a hairnet? Like I said, I'm not an expert when it comes to food hygiene and stuff. I've not worked in a food environment. I've not been a cook or a chef. I've not been in a warehouse that packs food. In my security experience, I had no real dealings with anywhere that's related to food. So again, I'm not an expert on this. I can only look at the certain websites that show the legislation. But I would say that if he's wearing a hairnet, he would be at some point be coming into contact with food, I guess.
Because it's company policy to wear a hairnet.
Okay, and you're walking outside with a hairnet that could get twigs, branches, anything caught in it, and then you're going inside where it could be contaminating anything inside.
Well, just said I don't go inside.
It could be contaminating anything. So,
did you ask anyone if you could be...
Is the reception open?
Yes, it's been open since 8:30 this morning.
Okay, well we'll go and speak to reception then.
Right.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
We'll finish off doing.
Okay. They've had permission from the supervisor to enter the site. I mean, they've been remaining outside the site, just outside the gate line from what I could see. So they've had permission from the supervisor to come in. They're free to go in.
He's a supervisor, but he's asked us to go to the reception and speak to reception. That's absolutely fine. There's somebody else now having a conversation with them. So,
in all fairness, this does look like a business park per se, because there looked like there was a whole set of businesses there. So, again, you know, it's open to the public, so to speak, because I saw a plum base over one side and farm foods and all the rest of it, so it does look like it is accessible to the public anyway. But it's always good, I suppose, if you've got permission from the supervisor to go into the reception. But again, a reception is there for receiving visitors.
They're coming this way as well.
They come in this way? Cool.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Hello.
Hello. Well, we've been asked to come in and speak to somebody at reception. We did speak to a supervisor outside.
Right. Oh yeah. What's it about?
You right?
Yeah.
It's about everyone wearing the safety stuff outside. I'm sure there's some sort of health and safety against that in it, when people are working with
The
food.
air nets and the boots and
We've got air nets
Right.
and the
coming
boots.
outside
Yes.
and going back into where the food is.
Right. Okay. So who are you guys first of all? Sorry.
Independent journalists.
Independent journalists.
We don't need to.
Not for independents, mate.
No, not.
We're not ITV or BBC. We're real life, right here, right now
So-
kind of people.
Right. Hang fast. I'll just contact the.
Yeah, no worries.
yourself.
Thank
I like the way they're handling this, Ryan. You got a good way of doing this. You know, you're going in, you're being professional, coming across as official, which is good. I mean, you've identified the fact that you're not part of any kind of organised corporation or anybody official, so to speak. You've announced that you're a independent journalist. You've explained what you're doing, and again, it's coming across really well.
you.
Manager, and I think she'll need to come over.
Yeah, no worries, love. Thank you.
Okay.
Because that's the problem, is when you get some of the dodgy people that go in trying to pose as legal officials, like health and safety inspectors or hygiene inspectors that are employed by the government, so to speak. You're not doing that, which is definitely a good thing. Because you do get people that try and act that they're officials from some legal body, and that's fraudulent. That's against the law. But yeah, you're not doing that. You've said that you're independent journalists. You've got concerns about the health and safety, and you're handling yourselves really, really well. I do like this.
So you're independent journalists from
Yeah.
where? Sorry.
We're
From my house.
Yeah, from all over. We do it all over.
Have you got a card? Anything? I need
No,
name?
we don't.
No, we don't carry anything
We don't
like
carry
that.
anything like that.
for health and safety or for?
We're working
No.
for ourselves.
We work for ourselves, and then what
Do you-
we'll do is, if we find any health and safety, we send it off to people that we do, and then they take it further.
So
If there's
you
any,
supply like farm foods and stuff, I'm guessing, because the farm foods truck in there. Yeah, so we
If they
as
find
members of
any
the public, we eat that product, we consume that product.
Hello,
So
Sue. I've got to
there's a
check
couple of people that have had a couple.
Which is a really, really good argument. In fact, to be fair, you know, we go into the stores and buy this stuff, and we kind of assume that all the regulations and rules and health and safety has been, fulfilled. You always see these little stories on Facebook of people that opened up a can and there's a dead mouse in it, or there's maggots in their meat and stuff like that. You know, you complain to the store and they investigate it, and they probably give you a gift card or compensation or whatever, or sometimes safety inspectors will go in if a complaint's been made or whatever. But again, this is quite genius, in fact, that we are consumers of your products. It's, we feel that we need to know that you're handling things properly.
Couple of concerns, so we've come here today to see the concerns, and we've seen it in front of our
Health and
faces.
safety form.
They've got a
So-
health and safety form,
What
and
did
they've
you
got
see?
a right to come.
People
on.
walking around with the hair nets and boots still on. When I know when I worked in a food factory,
Yeah, but we've got different boots for different areas.
That is true in a sense, because different areas, different councils, different boroughs, they are regulated differently. However, there is generally kind of an all-round rule that everyone has to follow. So he is technically right in that, but there are still certain thresholds of health and safety and hygiene regulations that do need to be followed. I'm no expert, like I said, I'm no expert on this, so please don't quote me on that.
that's what I'm here to find out.
But
Why there's people in the yard walking around with
come across.
safety equipment when
it's
Yeah.
down to management if you know what you do or not. So
Come in and
it's not down to me. It's not down to me what they're gonna do. So
No, I know, but I'm just telling you exactly what we're doing here. So
Hang on a second, sir. Okay. Cheers. Thanks. Bye. Right, okay, so Sue Frizzell, she is our HR general manager, and she's going to come across or send somebody across.
No worries.
Okay.
Thank you, love. Yeah, we just got told to come here and speak to you, so...
Who told you to come here?
Some bloke out there, he said he was a supervisor.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he's got long hair.
It was one of
over 200 staff here, so
one of the supervisors that was here.
Yeah, he just said he was a supervisor.
Asked us why we was filming, so we came.
So you were filming on the property? Are you filming now?
No, we was filming off the property into.
Okay. Right.
Now, we are filming now because we film everything we do for safety aspects.
Don't you have to ask my permission if
No,
I want to?
No, it's only because
I don't want to be filmed.
You're in a public reception.
We're filming in case you say
It's not public.
It's not
if
public.
you
This
say
is
to
a
the
private
police,
site.
we're only filming because if you say to the police, he assaulted me or he said this, he's called me this,
Yes,
then we've
but
got
it's
it
a
here as
private
proof.
site.
It's just for safety of us,
I
darling.
but
You're
supposed to ask the person's permission. If
No,
they want to.
No, you don't. You don't need to ask someone's permission. I mean, he's been invited in to the reception by the supervisor guy. And again, you're in your reception there, but you don't need to ask permission to be filmed. I mean, I'm not being funny, but what's this over here in the corner? Camera, isn't it? You've got the same rights of photography as the people walking in on the streets.
You know, if you get an enforcement officer or a bailiff or any of them, they all wear body cams, don't they? When they do difficult jobs. Well, I'm doing a difficult job now, so this is my body cam. I'm not.
Know that you're recording.
By law,
Anyway,
sweetheart, I'm not.
what
But
That's a private site.
Yeah,
It's publicly
publicly accessible under Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972, so I can walk on wherever I feel to.
Let me speak to Sue and then they come across.
If they come in here or do they want us to wait out there?
See you, so
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, that's fine.
No
That's
worries,
fine.
love.
Just getting a call. Hello. I got a.
Very funny. Dick. D1CK. Very, very good.
Delivery for business.
Yeah.
Oh. And you've got the little Pignac badge there. Photography is not a crime. It looks very official, doesn't it?
I think she's on the phone to the police.
It's possible.
Won't be the first call we've had today.
No, won't be the last either.
To be fair though, if you don't carry any ID, everyone's going to ask who you are, aren't they?
Yeah, we don't even identify as coppers unless we really need to.
Yeah.
It's about our human rights and that as well. So.
Yeah, but from reception point of view, you know, you could be anybody coming in off the street.
Yeah, I know.
With
Yeah.
cameras and,
I spoke with general manager.
Yeah.
And she wants you to leave site, please.
She wants us to leave site.
Yes, please.
That's going to look really fucking bad for you, lot.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, well, we'll
That's
just fill
absolutely
it
fine.
out
Wait,
and we'll
who's
send it
the general manager?
So general manager of King Asian Foods.
General
Yeah.
manager, you're not going to give me a name?
No.
No?
No, that's alright, we'll be able to look it up anyway. They'll look it up.
I'm sure.
No problem.
Not a problem. We'll fill this form out, we'll get it to your head office.
So guys, the general manager was going to come down. Now they're not coming down, she's asked us to leave. They won't give us a name so we can get in touch with them. So yeah.
But as you can see, guys.
See, obviously they've left the reception area. They've been asked to leave the reception area. They have without quarrel. They haven't resisted or anything. I said, okay, fair enough, we're going to leave. But now they're in this area here. Like I said, this is one of those small business parks with multiple units in it. So, again, they're free to roam around here because it's not one business that owns the whole area. And it's publicly accessible.
Guys, all there. You got Mayflower as well. All the rubbish there, all the bins out there. People just walking around.
You can't take.
Mate, we're already here. We're already taking pictures and stuff.
Please leave site.
We're already here taking
No
pictures
problem,
anyway,
please
so it
leave
doesn't
side.
matter.
I know, just leave side, please.
That's that one. So, there is that. There's that over there as well, so they can't actually tell us to leave site because there's them over there.
Is that your land as well?
No, you have to leave side.
No.
Well, how can we have to leave site? It's dual access.
Yeah, exactly what I said. It's dual access. It's owned by multiple businesses. It's a business park. It's publicly accessible. They've got the gate here, but I'm assuming that gate would only close when all the businesses close, and if they've got on-site security for the actual retail park itself, they'll probably have that closed for the evening to prevent anybody trying to get in overnight when all the businesses have closed. But it is a dual access site, and they can't tell them to leave this specific park. They've left with the reception because that's attached to their company, and they've left willingly. As soon as they leave the reception, they're essentially in. The car park or the site is technically classed as private area, but it's dual access for different businesses. So he can't tell them that they have to leave this area because they could go over to Plumbase. They're perfectly free to go into Plumbase, which I saw in the background there, or one of the others, and have a look around.
Everything under this gate belongs to the owner, so you have to leave side.
So where's the owner then?
He's not here. Please leave side.
Can we have proof of the owner?
No, please, can you leave side?
Well, I'll come back on in about 5 minutes. No problem, I'll come back on in 5 minutes.
Send a drone over as well.
Yeah, send a drone over. I couldn't care less.
You can't send drone over here.
Yeah, you
Who can't?
You can't.
Who can't? Of course I can, you don't own the airspace.
Look, mate.
You don't own the
Look,
airspace.
You don't own the airspace, no.
angry on me. Don't talk to me
We're
like
not- we're
that.
doing-
I'm
we're
just
doing it
doing
on a
my
daily
job.
basis, mate.
I'm just doing
Yeah,
my
but
job.
have you been told by your bosses that
I'm
you
just
can't fly a
I'm
drone?
just doing my
Well,
job.
a drone's
Please
gone over.
leave. Don't talk to me how you're talking to me, okay?
Well, we're flying a drone and
Do
we're
what you
allowed.
want, Just fly wherever you want.
We do anyway.
Yeah, we will.
This is still private property.
I'm outside of your gate,
this
mate.
is
I'm
still
outside
property
of your gate.
This is still property.
I'm outside of your gate. I'm outside of your gate. I'm still outside of your gate, mate. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. If I'm outside on the street...
I'm not happy. I'm
Well,
going to
you're on a public path, so if you don't want to be filmed, don't approach us, don't speak to us.
fair enough, just go, because you're filming here now.
Whatever
See ya.
we can see from a public eye, we can
Yeah.
film.
See ya.
Yeah.
Don't tell me see you, mate.
Well, you don't want to be filmed, so you're clearly going to go back inside now, aren't you?
working here. I'm working here.
Yeah, so go and work
You
then.
can't film me.
I'm out here now. What?
We're on a
Look,
public path.
calm down and don't talk to me like how you're talking to me.
Well, how are you talking to me like this?
I'm talking to you normal. I'm telling you, please don't film me, and you carry on filming me.
I film everything I do. I've explained that more than enough times.
No problem.
So, bye.
Yeah. They're outside the
So there we
gates.
are. As I'm making business phone calls right here, these guys are getting really tetchy. Right, can you go outside and get the APC parcel, please? Just wave at the back gate for me. Please. You've already got it? Oh, it was 7... Yeah. Alright.
Okay, we'll wrap up the video there. We've pretty much got everything we need to see there. But yeah, I did like the way they handled that one. That was really, really good. Going in with clipboards and not giving any kind of false details. They said who they were. They said what the reason for being there was. I found it very interesting that the management, the higher management, refused to come down and just literally was like, no, get them off site, get them off site. That seems like they feel like they've got something to hide, or they don't want to answer any questions that they feel that they're not going to be able to answer satisfactorily. You know, why not come down and deal with the situation? No, get them off site, get them off site. Well, you can get them out the reception, but the site, it's dual access for the public. You know, and they are allowed to film. Definitely allowed to film when they're outside the gates. And yeah, you do not need the permission to film people in public. And obviously, they say it was a private reception, but again, they had a camera looking directly at them as well. You know, and they came in explaining what the reason why they were there. And when they were asked to leave, they didn't huff, they didn't argue, they didn't kind of kick off or piss around. They walked straight out and said, fine, we'll fill this out and we'll send it to your head office. So yeah, that was a good video. And again, I'm not going to kind of say anything that I don't know about. So again, this is the food trade. I don't know much about the food hygiene rules and regulations, so I'm not going to pretend that I do and start, you know, saying things that I'm not aware of. If I don't know something, I'll say I don't know something. But I do believe that there are certain regulations about hairnets and protective boots outside, especially near rubbish bins and dumpsters and things like that. But yeah, don't quote me on that. I do know that obviously different boroughs, different counties have their own different regulations, but there are specific regulations that are kind of blanketed over the UK as a whole. And yeah, the health and safety and hygiene inspectors are, you know, the official ones, the official bodies can literally go in there at any time and do a proper official audit, and they can't be told to leave, you know, because they could get fined, they could get prosecuted. So yeah, that is the video, and again, that's another Ryan Rampage video, link down in the description. Please go give him a like, go give him a subscribe, and do the same to me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.